Hi, my name is Carter Frank, and today I'm doing an instructional video. That's what I look like. That's me. And I'm in the 8th grade. So, we've already learned about HTML a little bit, and I just wanted to add a few extra details about what HTML can do. Now, two big topics I want to focus on are CSS and JavaScript, and what those two would look like on pages. So you may be wondering what I'm talking about. What is HTML? Well, HTML is the hypertext markup language, and it's the standard markup language for websites displayed in a web browser. So what is CSS? And JavaScript? Well, CSS, as this picture it should say, this picture is what the CSS logo is. And CSS defines a style in HTML pages. So it allows color inside or out of tables, graphs, text, or the background of the page. Now on to JavaScript. JavaScript in an HTML page is used to define a client-side scripting language that points out script statements and connects to an external script file. It sends signals to a client that reads it and does something inside the page in a step-by-step sort of deal. Now, let's start on how and what app will we be using. So I'm going to be using an app called Koder. Now, when you're on the iPad, you see this is like the front page. I'd like you to go to the very end, and you'll find this app called Koder. It should have like a little squiggly line or a K in it, and it's gray. It's spelled C-O-D-E-R. Now, once you click on it, it'll load up this. This is just like the standard front page. As you can see, I already have a few files open. So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and click the little arrow in the corner. Once you click it, there should be about 5 to 6 options. I'd like you to click the option that's like a gray folder that says new folder. And then you can name it whatever. So let's say you want to name it, I don't know, testing code. And then hit create. In it, you can see there's no file or anything. What I'd like you to do to go ahead and start is click the new file import, or new file creation. So what I want you to do next is I'd like you to, I don't know, type in testing, but make sure to add the .html, like we've went over before. That'll make it an HTML file, and then boom, you have it down. So the next step is, so you want to do CSS. Well, to do CSS, I'm just going to copy and paste some code I've already done, and I'll explain it. So always start off with the HTML, doc type HTML, and then HTML body. So as you can already tell, I have it done. I have the script already set out. So I'd like to teach you what each thing means. As you can see, this thing called style is here. This is pretty much the main command you're going to need to use. It changes the colors and stuff. As you can see, it's green, and the one below is green. It can be used in the It can be used in the header, paragraph, and like graphs and stuff. Now I only did the header one and paragraph, but it can be used in each text and graph. So you want to put the little things, can't remember what they're called, and then put color dot dot green dot comma, and then make sure to put the arrows inside. And then, I don't know, type in what heading you want. So I just put a green heading. And then with the second line, you do the same thing with the style command, the color lime. That's the one I chose. And then type whatever you want. And then you have to do the /body/HTML. That'll close the coding. And then I want to head on to the next part. So I just want to show you what that does. What this HTML CSS does. So as you can tell, there's a green heading and a line paragraph. Now I didn't do all of what it can do, but I explained what the style can do. Now what I want you to do next is add another file. So remember, go to the corner, hit the plus, hit new file. Again, since I'm going to be explaining the next big topic, JavaScript. Make sure to add the .html. That'll make your life way easier. So I'm going to go ahead and copy something, and then I'm going to explain it step by step. So you may be wondering what all of this means. Well, since this is like the demo, it's an introduction. First, always start out with doctype HTML, and body. Then in the heading, I just put my first JavaScript because this is my first test. Now, as you can see, there's an ID equals demo. That's the client. So like the script, it's telling that script to go ahead and change all of it. So like JavaScript can change the style of an HTML element. That's what I wrote out. So, and then you go down and you can see the arrows and then script. Function, my function, document.getElementById, and you can see that there's this thing called demo. That is the client telling what to do and when to do it. So as you can see, if you go to the very side, you can see font size 25. Then go down, the next line says .style.color, and then I chose the color blue. And then if we go down again, it's doing the same element, but for the background color, which is green. And then you want to close that out. Just completely close it. The script's done. Now, as you can tell, I have this thing called the button. It's a new function that we haven't been taught yet. So what you want to do is start out with button, and then type button, so that when you click it, on click, it'll go upwards to the script again, and boom. It'll think, oh, wow, that's cool. We'll go ahead and do the script. And I put click me. And then I closed out my HTML and my body. So you may be wondering what this looks like. It's simple, but if you look, you can see JavaScript can change the style of an HTML element. So look at the click me button. When I click it, boom, it changed the wording and added a green background. That's what it would look like. I showed both CSS and JavaScript. It uses the same elements pretty much, except one does a scripting language, does like the script tells it what to do, and the other you can just do by yourself. You don't have to create a new script. This is what it would look like, and I'd like you to have a nice day. That's the end of my video. Bye!